I'm John Sweet. I'll be your instructor for your automotive online class. I want to talk to you a little bit about how the class is set up and to make sure that you're successful in the class. I designed the class so you have an assignment every week. So when I was in school, I learned a long time ago that if you never get behind, you're good to go. So if you'll follow my instructions and the instructions to the syllabus, you'll be just fine. So every week there'll be an assignment for you. Do that assignment, and then the next week do it, and you'll be done. It won't be labor intensive for you. What I've designed, most weeks after we're done with the paperwork that any class starts with, you're going to be required to focus on one chapter per week. You're going to take a pre-test. Now the pre-test is a test of your prior knowledge, and I want to make sure everybody gets 100% on that. So what I've done, I've gone ahead, and as long as you attempt the test, you get 100%, because you shouldn't be graded on your prior knowledge, only the knowledge you're going to have after the chapter is done. Take your pre-test, read the chapter, take your final test on the chapter, submit those to CDX, and then view the one YouTube clip that relates to that chapter and post on the discussion board. Let me give you a little tutorial here of the Blackboard homepage there. The first is the welcome video. That's the video you're seeing right now. We'll live in there. You have a home page which doesn't have a whole lot in it, but mainly when you're coming to class, view the welcome video and then start here. And that'll have some announcements, some written work for you to read. Now announcements, you see what those are, there's a few on the board right here. You're going to get an announcement every week with your assignment, plus that announcement will be in the can't see it here. There'll be a one for assignments. And anyway, now you'll get an email from me every week. This is how you get into your discussion boards. Here's your assignments there. So in other words, you click on that, and all the assignments that you're going to get in your announcements will be there, plus the syllabus will have those also. Here's your syllabus. You can click on that. I suggest that you go ahead and print a copy of that. That has all the assignments in it that you're going to have. Of course, when you want to check your grades, they're right here. Emails and network. The college wants a record of the email that I send you and you send me. So any email, don't put it to my college email. Make sure it goes through the email, submit work. And you'll also put your final in that one and your SO assessment exercise. Okay? Ready for an online class. This is kind of important there. I took this off. It's a little quiz you can take to make sure you're ready for an online class. Because online, you're not going to come into a classroom like this one and have the instructor beat you up every day to do your class. You need to do this on your own. Okay? How-to videos. There's a bunch of videos that show you how to do different things. How to use the CDX. How to paste and copy a internet clip. And things like that. How to get on the SB2 safety test. How to take those. How to register for that. How to register for CDX. CDX, this is going to be your entrance into the CDX. Now, some students complain a little bit about the price of CDX. But college books are very, very expensive, and you'll find if you buy the CDX one time, it's good for almost all the auto classes you'll take all year long. But in other words, per semester, it's only going to cost you about $40, which when it comes to college books, that's a real bargain. So I encourage you to do that. Of course, take other classes that you can use that in. Very comprehensive e-textbook. Okay, final test. This is your final test, your SOL assessment. You go ahead and I would look at that during the early part of the semester, because as you go through the class, you'll see things to complete that, and you won't need to do it all in one sitting. So that works out real good if you know what's expected of you beforehand. Your videos of interest. A lot of videos here talk about different things. One that I can just think of offhand, you know, you hear the expression, they don't make cars like they used to. Well, there's a video in here about a head-on collision between a fairly new Chevy and a 1959 Chevy. And you'll be amazed to see what happens to both of those during an accident there. So they don't make them like they used to. They make them a lot better. Not as cool. Okay, e-lectures. I put PowerPoint for every chapter that's you required. So you can, if you read the chapter and want a little extra insight on that, you can go ahead and click on that and go through it. YouTube links. You'll be required, as I said earlier, to view at least one YouTube clip per chapter. And this, by using this link, you don't need to copy and paste. You can just click on it there. Okay. Media Gallery. This is wonderful. This has all kinds of videos of the different chapters. And I left the whole book in there. So if you want to go ahead a little bit and how do I rebuild an engine, it'll have video clips on that. Some great electrical clips. So that's there for you to use there. I recommend highly for you to use it. The calendar with due dates, there again you click on that, you know exactly what is due and when it's due. And that's about it right there. So I'd like you to, if you have any kind of a question for me, email me. Email me through the email submit work, and I'll reply to you. I check this multiple times every day. I grade usually every day, so you can see right where you are. Well, have a great semester, and enjoy the class, and give me some input on your thoughts on the class.